From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Greg Melvin. From Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And a very good morning to you. Welcome to Today. So glad you're starting your Thursday morning with us. So glad Laura Jared's in on a Thursday as well, in for Savannah this morning.
Yeah, a little Friday Eve.
Yes, let's get right to it. We've got a lot to tell you about this morning, including why the FAA is expecting today to be the busiest travel day of the summer, with even more flights scheduled than during the 4th of July weekend.
And on the roads, commuters are watching gas prices as renewed attacks between the U.S. and Iran threaten to push up prices that had been falling.
But we're going to start with our top story this morning, that big political shakeup overnight. Embattled Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner dropping out of that race in Maine following a string of sexual misconduct accusations. His decision, of course, coming with some major implications for the upcoming midterm elections and the battle for control of Congress in just a few months. NBC's senior Washington correspondent Hallie Jackson starting us off this morning. Hallie, good morning.
Hey, Craig, good morning to you. And this news, stunning, certainly, if not shocking, considering the chorus of calls that had been building for Graham Plattner to get out of one of the most important Senate races in the country. And now Plattner says he will do just that after this new explosive allegation against him, capping months of controversy. In his announcement, sounding both angry and aggrieved at what he sees as a system working against him. This morning, a political bombshell from a defiant Graham Plattner.
We are suspending campaign operations.
The embattled Democratic candidate saying overnight in a video statement he plans to withdraw from Maine's critical U.S. Senate race, while also denying a newly surfaced rape allegation against him.
The things that have been claimed did not happen. It's not real.
Plattner also railing against a party apparatus that he says pulled its support, including a vow not to help him raise money.
Those in power who have the ability to do so are using these allegations as an excuse to take away all of the things that we need to run a campaign. I know that some will think it's an admission of guilt, and it most certainly is not.
Once seen as a rising star, Plattner facing a firestorm these last few days after a former romantic partner, Jenny Rassicot, publicly alleged he sexually assaulted her 5 years ago.
Did Graham Plattner rape you?
By definition, yes. Absolutely. He violated multiple layers of consent that night.
Now, the implosion of Plattner's campaign throwing into chaos a race Democrats saw as their best hope of flipping a Republican Senate seat, currently held by Susan Collins. Maine Democrats will have just 2.5 weeks to select a replacement for Plattner, the state party saying it'll hold a nominating convention.
And what I care about is that Mainers feel represented in this process, that they feel included in this process, that we have the full transparency every single step of the way.
So, Hallie, perhaps no surprise here, a number of folks have already thrown their hats in the ring to be Plattner's replacement in that race. But notably this morning, there's someone who says he is not going to be running that's making some news. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that's right, Craig. A familiar face, and not just in his home state of Maine. Patrick Dempsey, you may know him as McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy. He says he gave real thought to running, but in a new op-ed, Dempsey says while public service is honorable, he thinks he can contribute more effectively through the life he's already built. As for the candidates who do want to run, this is a process that is going to move fast. There's that July 27th deadline to pick a new candidate, Craig, and then a very truncated sprint until November. Lots of folks watching this.
All right. Our senior Washington correspondent, Hallie Jackson, on that breaking news. Hallie, thank you.
Now to overnight developments in the war with Iran. The U.S. carrying out a second day of airstrikes. Tehran again responding with attacks of its own across the Middle East. While the ripple effect of this renewed tension is growing here in the U.S. We have it all covered for you, starting with NBC's Raf Sanchez. He joins us from Jerusalem this morning. Raf, good morning to you.
Laura, good morning. Sirens have been going off across the Gulf this morning as Iran retaliates with drone and missile strikes aimed at American bases. Now, the president has been sending somewhat mixed signals about whether there can be any return to negotiations after this. But what is clear is that both sides are still prepared to fight.
This morning, a new round of intensive back-and-forth strikes between the U.S. and Iran, hours after President Trump declared he thinks the ceasefire is now over.
We just hit him very hard. And I say we hit them 20-1. Every time they hit us, we're going to hit them 20.
U.S. Central Command says it's hit around 170 targets over 2 nights of bombing, aiming to stop Iran's attacks on commercial ships that refuse to take its route through the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian state media releasing footage of what it says are missiles launched in retaliation at U.S. bases in the Gulf. Sirens blaring in Kuwait, and Bahrain says it was also targeted, but no reports of casualties or major damage. The question now, has the ceasefire fully collapsed, or will negotiations continue? Overnight, the president saying he's lost patience with peace talks.
They called a little while ago. They want to make a deal so badly. I just don't know if they're worthy of making a deal. I don't know that they're going to honor the deal. That's the problem.
Earlier at the NATO summit, he said he doesn't think full-scale war will start again. But when asked overnight,
I don't know. Would win it very quickly. They have very little left.
Iran accuses the U.S. of violating the ceasefire, but isn't ruling out a return to negotiations after its massive days-long funeral for its former supreme leader. His coffin greeted by enormous crowds of mourners in neighboring Iraq. And for the first time, Iran releasing images of the rubble of the supreme leader's compound, destroyed in the first hours of the conflict. The footage is highly edited and cannot be independently verified by NBC News. Not a war, but also not a peace. Instead, a dangerous uncertainty hanging over the Strait of Hormuz and the broader Middle East.
And we are hearing from Iran's top negotiator this morning. He's saying that whatever happens, Iran will remain in control of the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. and its allies have consistently said that is unacceptable, and so the deadlock continues. Laura?
All right, Raf Sanchez, thank you very much. And this new escalation with Iran also taking a toll on oil and gas prices, as well as Wall Street. Here to break it all down for us is NBC's chief business correspondent, Christine Romans. Christine, nice to see you, as always. We had seen oil and gas prices coming down over the last few weeks. Where do things stand right now, and where do you get a sense, with your spidey sense, of where this is going?
There had been a real improvement in oil and gas prices, and you've probably seen it if you've gone to the pump. But overnight, we saw gas prices jump 5 cents. So you've seen a reversal of that progress because the president says the ceasefire is over, the memorandum of understanding toward peace talks is dead, and these new strikes in Iran has brought this conflict back to the beginning, essentially. Remember, this started way back in February. You saw gas prices jump as high as $4.50, and Patrick DeHaan over at Gas Buddy tells us if you don't have real progress here and you don't have more ships moving through the Strait of Hormuz, there are some, but not even close to what it was before the war, you're going to have a problem with gas prices in the near term. You could see us moving back toward $4 a gallon here pretty soon.
And even if the war were to end tomorrow, it would still take some time for those gas prices to eventually come down.
Months and months potentially here, because you have such a backlog of oil that has just been off of the market. And you've got some producers that have been trying to produce more. You've got some levers that have been pulled around the world. But I don't want to. I want to be very clear. This has been a huge disruption for oil production and for getting oil supplies to the overall market. So I think that you'll see that markets overall, but especially gas and oil markets, are going to be very, very susceptible to any kinds of headlines that you're seeing out of the Middle East and from the president in particular.
What did we see with the stock market yesterday? How did the market respond to all of this?
Yeah, it was a tough day. You know, the Dow was down about 1%, although the NASDAQ up a little bit. The NASDAQ has been really marching to its own drummer, a lot of investment into artificial intelligence. In fact, it's been, you've heard me say it, a split screen. You've got affordability concerns for American consumers who are laser focused on gas prices and the cost of living, yet the stock market has really had a very good year because earnings for S&P 500 companies have been very, very strong. The investment for artificial intelligence has just flooded money into the stock market. And so investors and I think American consumers have got two different playbooks that they're seeing here today. But we'll watch carefully what happens in the stock market. There are many market analysts who tell me stocks might be, over-optimistic on a quick end to the war with Iran. And so that's something to watch here in the near term.
We know you're going to be watching it all. Christine, thank you. Appreciate it.
Meanwhile, President Trump's return home from that critical NATO summit in Turkey amid those new tensions with Iran Getting some added attention this morning for how he made part of that trip. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez joins us now from his perch at the White House with that part of the story. Gabe, good morning.
Hi, Craig. Good morning. You know, President Trump has repeatedly touted the new plane, a gift from Qatar that he's expected to take with him for his presidential library when he leaves office. But now a sudden swap is drawing new scrutiny about whether it was sufficiently retrofitted to keep him safe. Now, the president is back in Washington this morning after that whirlwind NATO summit in Turkey. How he's returned, though, is raising eyebrows. Now, the president abruptly switched aircraft, leaving Turkey on the old Air Force One plane instead of the new one. Now, the swap was related to security and made out of an abundance of caution, according to a source familiar with his plans, amid those new strikes between the U.S. and Iran in the region. Now, the president brushed off questions that it was due to security concerns. He said they weren't, but the new plane was flown separately to a military base in the UK, and President Trump took the old one as he left the summit. Now, the flight out of Turkey is within missile range of Iran, according to the Center for Strategic and International Studies. The old plane cannot make the flight from there to the U.S. without refueling, and that English base is out of missile range. Now, President Trump, for his part, says he wanted to show the new aircraft to U.S. troops stationed at the military base in the U.K. But right now, when he was pressed about whether it was related to escalating tensions with Iran, he noted that he's Iran's main target for killing their supreme leader. He says the life of a president is very dangerous and, quote, "I'm #1 on the kill list for Iran." He was also asked why passengers on the new Air Force One plane, including reporters, were asked to close their blinds, and he said, well, you know, it's probably a dangerous flight because of, quote, the sleazebags that we have to deal with. Now, Craig, there have been questions about the speed in which the new plane was rolled out. An administration official earlier this year said they did not expect that to happen until 2028, but the maiden voyage came just months later. The White House is now insisting that it's a state-of-the-art aircraft that's been fitted with high-level security protocols. Craig.
All right. Gabe Gutierrez there at the White House. Gabe, thank you. Lots more to get to here on a Thursday morning, including the summer travel rush. If you are heading to an airport, fair warning. Today, expected to be the busiest of the entire season. And that's saying a lot. NBC's Maggie Vespa is at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. Maggie, good morning. So what's the deal here? Why July 9th?
Yeah, Craig, it confused us, too. Who's ever heard of that good old classic July 9th travel surge? Like we just talked about 4th of July record travel, right? Well, the FAA says, no, this is absolutely real, and it's fueled by two factors. Number one, general summer vacation travel, which tends to pick up around weekends anyway. And number two, if you can believe it, people, they say, still returning from their July 4th trips. Now, here's the key statistic. The FAA, that agency, saying some 56,000 flights are expected to take off coast to coast nationwide today. That's more than July 2nd, which was the peak of the July 4th travel weekend. It's also more than the peak of last year's Thanksgiving travel surge, which set a record for that time frame, for that holiday. The TSA says, frankly, passenger numbers, this is one key thing fueling it. They've gotten high and stayed high since the 4th of July surge began, clocking in between 2.5 and 3 million every single day. Obviously, today is no exception. Another thing fueling it, analysts say a lot of school districts, this is interesting, school districts nationwide moving their first day of the new year for classes earlier and earlier into August, forcing a lot of families to cram their summer family trips into June and July. So clearly we're seeing some of that. Right.
All right, so the airports are crowded. What about ticket prices, Maggie? So many folks traveling. Are they still as expensive as they have been?
Yeah, they're still incredibly expensive. AAA saying actually round-trip fares to top destinations like Chicago, thank you very much, and Denver, those are up some 5% from last year. The average round-trip fare domestically right now clocking in around $830. So you might be thinking, well, who would want to spend that? Well, here's the thing. A new study reveals a lot of Americans are just frankly willing to adjust their budgets and eat that cost to squeeze in the family trips. Some even reporting they're willing to go into debt to take to the skies and hit the roads for that summer vacation. Guys.
All right, Maggie Vespa for us there at Chicago O'Hare. Maggie, thank you.
Also this morning, the family of a man who was shot by an ICE officer in Houston this week is demanding an independent investigation of that incident. The family of the 52-year-old Mexican national said he had no criminal convictions and was working towards securing legal status in the U.S. More than 1,000 people protested the fatal shooting Wednesday, marching near the spot where it occurred, chanting ICE out of Houston. Now, at least 6 people have been shot dead in immigration enforcement operations since President Trump returned to office and launched a campaign of mass deportations.
Also this morning, some sad news from the music industry. Legendary 80s pop singer Bonnie Tyler has died after weeks in the hospital.
Nothing I can do, a total eclipse of the heart.
Tyler's iconic ballad there, Total Eclipse of the Heart, reached #1 on the charts back in 1983. That song remains a cultural anthem with more than 1 billion streams on both Spotify and YouTube. She followed up its success 1 year later with another hit, Holding Out for a Hero. Bonnie Tyler was 75 years old. I think a lot of folks, an entire generation was introduced to Total Eclipse of the Heart thanks to Old School.
Yes.
The movie.
The
Will Ferrell movie, yeah.
Yes.
That song just makes you feel something.
It does. It does. You know who else makes us feel something?
Who's that?
Angie Lasman.
Hi,
Craig is just surrounded by Saturday today right now.
I love it.
We like being with you, Craig.
We like having you here.
Should we, we heard Maggie talking about all the weather going on.
Yeah.
Should we? Yeah, we've got a couple of spots that are going to be kind of difficult for folks that are traveling. We've been dealing with some of these thunderstorms overnight across parts of the plains, Kansas City, heads up Springfield. You'll start to get in on that action here in the next couple of hours. And we've already got some of these flood alerts up. 25 million people included in these, from Poplar Bluff to Nashville to Evansville. Across the east, Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. included in those, as well as we gear up for another day of some heavy rain and the potential, of course, for that flash flood risk. The hourly rainfall rates anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches at a time. So you know that's just going to inundate some of those areas that often flood. If you live from Chicago to Indianapolis and points south and across parts of the mid-Atlantic, heads up, you might run into some of that. And meanwhile, the heat is still on. 53 million people across the southeast, the southern plains, much of the west included in these heat alerts today as we gear up for another oppressive day across specifically the south. These temperatures for the southeast into the 90s, but of course you add in that humidity, it's feeling like 105 in New Orleans, 113 for your actual temperature in Phoenix today. We've got 100 in Austin, and we're locked into this pattern even as we get into tomorrow. So it's still the 90s for the actual temperatures, but Wilmington 109 for your feels like temperature, 102 in Nashville, and this stays with us all the way into this upcoming weekend. We've got those 90s for Raleigh, 90s for Atlanta on Saturday. Get a bit of a break, if you can consider it a break, by the time we get to Sunday and Monday in Baltimore. We'll get back to more typical temperatures into the mid-80s. Detroit, you hang on to those mid-80s and then end up into the 90s by the time we get to Monday. That's a look at the weather across the country. We'll get to your local forecast in the next 30 seconds.
We're back at 7:30 with a happy crowd there outside our little corner here in Rockefeller Plaza. Gonna get outside and say hello in just a bit.
So many good homemade signs. I love a good homemade sign.
Yes, same here.
It shows the effort.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. We're going to be excited to get out there with them. But first up in this half hour, a legal drama we have been following for really 2 years now. It's back in the headlines. Justin Baldoni now breaking his silence on his very public dispute with his It Ends With Us co-star Blake Lively. NBC's Liz Kreutz has the story for us. Hey, Liz, good morning.
Hey, Laura. Hey, Craig. Good morning to you guys. Well, in this Instagram video, Justin Baldoni, sitting alongside his wife, reflects on what they call painful and untruthful things that have been said about him. Baldoni also thanked his supporters for giving him a voice when he says he couldn't have one, and added that he'll have more to say when the time comes.
This morning, actor Justin Baldoni and his wife Emily breaking their silence in a rare Instagram post.
So we have not spoken publicly for the better part of the last 2 years. And it's not because we haven't had anything to say, right? Because Lord knows we have. But it just felt like every time we went to make a video like this, we wanted to speak, something was telling us not to.
And this feels like the moment.
The couple says gratitude is what's kept them going throughout their long legal battle with actress Blake Lively, who sued Baldoni and his production company in 2024 for orchestrating what she called a smear campaign against her after she accused Baldoni of sexual harassment on the set of their film It Ends With Us. Baldoni has consistently denied these claims.
What I will say is that there have been so many painful things that have been spoken into existence.
Untruthful.
Over the last couple years. And that created so much noise, and we didn't want to add to the noise. So we just wanted to let the justice system run its course.
And the truth and the facts have spoken for themselves.
Earlier this year, a district judge tossed out most of Lively's claims, including harassment, defamation, and conspiracy, but let other claims stand, such as breach of contract, retaliation, and aiding and abetting in retaliation. The two parties reached a settlement in May before their expected trial was set to begin.
And we've had to wrestle with so many things and try to understand so many things, like how could something like this even happen? Let alone disguised as a fight for women. So much to unpack.
We are healing. And if you've ever been through something traumatic, you know that healing isn't linear.
All right, there's a lot there to unpack, Liz, but how is Blake Lively responding to all of this?
Yeah, well, Laura, so far she has not said anything about that video from Baldoni. Her team has also not responded to our request for comment about it. But we do know that Lively is currently seeking more than $8 million in legal fees from Justin Baldoni and his production company. Baldoni is expected to respond to that by next week. But we should add that the timing of his comments this week are notable. They come just days after Lively appeared to be absent from Taylor Swift's wedding. Fans have speculated that this legal battle, which Swift was brought into since one of her songs was used in the movie, is what's caused a rift between the once very close friends. Laura.
Yeah, of course, Taylor, the godmother to her children. Liz, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, up next, Kaylee Hartung joining us from the World Cup Fan Village right here at 30 Rock to get us ready for the next round of those all-important matches. Hey, Kaylee.
Yes, indeed. Hey, guys. The World Cup has captivated all of us and fans old and new around the globe. So much so that the most watched match in U.S. soccer history didn't even involve the U.S. Mexico-England got almost 45 million viewers. So coming up, we'll tell you why you should keep watching as the quarterfinals kick off today. But first, these messages.
And let's look at your forecast, guys.
Angie, thank you very much. Kaylee Hartung put on her running shoes, dashed inside. You got a little sneak peek for
Got
us?
a little nervous in heels, not gonna lie, running down 49th Street. But here we are. The 2026 Emmy nominations are out, and the second season of this HBO drama just scored the most recognition.
The most important things I've ever done in my life have been in this hospital. But it is killing me.
It's one of our favorites around here, Craig. Yep. I know you're top of that fan list. The Pit earning 25 Emmy nominations, 13 in acting categories. Right behind in the overall Emmy race, another HBO hit fresh off its final season.
You know, when you're away from the spotlight, you have time to think about what really matters. Bam! The spotlight! God, I am glad to be back!
Hacks, starring the one and only Gene Smart there, received 24 nominations, making history as the most nominated season of a comedy series ever. How about that? And Apple TV's Widow's Bay is third with 19 nods, followed by fellow Apple first-year show Pluribus with 18. Netflix's Beef rounds out the top 5, and some other notable nominees, guys. Sir David Attenborough, who just celebrated his 100th birthday in May, he made some Emmy history as the oldest nominee, scoring not one but 2 nominations for Outstanding Narrator. You love that voice. So rich and good. Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show also surpassing records with a total of 9 nominations, the most nominated halftime performance ever, beating the previous record set by Lady Gaga. And one last honor that caught our eye, Rob Reiner receiving a posthumous nomination for his guest role on The Bear nearly 7 months after his death. And you can catch the Emmys hosted by our friend Mariska Hargitay September 14th right here on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
I love that she's hosting. That's
I do too.
Perfect for her.
A fan favorite. Why not?
That's going to be really good.
I also love that the Emmys are back on NBC, too.
Good plug.
Yeah.
Very on
Peacock.
brand.
Company man. Much more ahead on this Thursday morning, including a very tasty and sweet edition of the Morning Boost. We'll do that right after this.
We are back now with Jenna's Morning Boost. And Craig, you have the honors today.
I will try to do JBH proud.
Let's do
All
it.
right. So sometimes a meal at a restaurant is so good, you can't stop thinking about it. That's exactly what happened to this little girl who requested to speak to the manager to share her thoughts.
You're the manager?
Yes, I am.
Oh my gosh. I got taters, but this is the best place I have ever ate at. And you ordered. You love them.
Best place ever. So her kind words led the manager to offer dessert on the house. Anything she wanted. Take a look at her reaction to that thoughtful gesture.
Dessert on the house. This is the best day ever. Amen.
She's living her best life right there. As you can see, the girl chose beignets for her treat, in case you were wondering. She and the manager even snapping a photo together at the end of the meal. Talk about two sweet gestures leading to like...
It just shows you a little kindness, free dessert.
Yeah, that's the takeaway, huh?
Usually we just say it's Angie's birthday and that's how we get free drinks. Here comes a cake.
Confidence of that little girl.
Oh, she has such good personality.
Tell him what she was thinking.
Love it.
And beignets. Applaud that.
Always a winner.
Hey guys, so still ahead, we're going to take you inside Jon Bon Jovi's return to the concert stage for the first time in years.
Yeah, speaking of rock legends, by the way, we're also going to celebrate the Rolling Stones, their 6-decade legacy in the iconic band's brand new album, Willie's. Can't miss conversation with Nick, Keith, and Ronnie Wood right after. It's 8 o'clock on today. Coming up, major shakeup. Democratic nominee Graham Plattner dropping out of Maine Senate race.
We are suspending campaign operations.
While denying a newly surfaced sexual assault allegation.
The things that have been claimed did not happen. It's not real.
Where does the race and the battle for control of Congress go from here? We'll break it down. Then, evacuation investigation. Emergency crews stabilizing that New York City high-rise after showing signs of a potential collapse. What caused the support beams to buckle, and how does it get fixed? We'll have the very latest. Then, budget breakdown. We're going to take a look at the best ways to adjust your spending habits and how to make a little go a long way where you should be cutting costs just ahead. All that, plus we head back to the desert for Dune 3.
What do you know about me?
The Prairie comes to Netflix.
We're building a house nearby.
And the Rolling Stones start us up. It's all ahead today, Thursday, July 9th, 2026.
Celebrating my 30th birthday.
Visiting from Erie, Pennsylvania. Providence, Rhode Island. East Alton, Illinois. Alexandria, Virginia. And Salt Lake City, Utah. Hello to our grandchildren, Scarlett and Solly.
In Powder Springs, Georgia. Celebrating our three sons' birthdays.
At the Today Show.
Celebrating our 50th anniversary.
How about that? 50 years. Happy anniversary to you. Happy all the things. All those fine folks out there on the plaza smiling, waving. Homemade posters. Saw some T-shirts. We love it when they bring the spirit to the plaza.
They do.
Can't wait to get outside to say hello to all those folks in just a few minutes. We've got Laura Jarrett in for Savannah on this Thursday morning. We've got you at home, so thank you for starting your Thursday with us. Folks, we've got a must-see for you tomorrow. We're going to kick off our countdown to the film everyone has been talking about, The Odyssey. Kaylee Hartung caught up with that star-studded cast in London. Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Tom Holland, Zendaya, Robert Pattinson, Lupita Nyong'o, and famed director Christopher Nolan, all of them sitting down with us. We'll have that for you tomorrow.
Too much star power in one film.
How? Well, it was 3 hours long.
Well, that explains it.
They were able
you have to.
Yeah, they spread it all out.
Everyone needs it.
We'll do that tomorrow. Right now, though, let's get to your news at 8 o'clock. We're going to begin with that major upheaval in one of the midterm election's biggest races. Democratic nominee Graham Plattner dropping out of Maine's closely watched Senate race following a string of sexual misconduct accusations. NBC's Hallie Jackson, our senior Washington correspondent, has the very latest on all of it. Hallie, good morning to you once again.
Hey, Craig, good morning to you. And the news today, stunning, if not shocking, considering the growing chorus of calls for Democrat Graham Plattner to get out of one of the most important Senate races in the country. And now Plattner is doing just that in this video statement, saying he's suspending his campaign operations and plans to withdraw from that race in Maine, denying an explosive on-the-record rape allegation against him, and railing against a party apparatus that pulled its support, including a vow not to help him raise money. The implosion of Plattner's campaign throws into chaos now a race that Democrats saw as their best hope of flipping a Republican Senate seat currently held by Susan Collins. Now you've got that clock ticking. There's a deadline to pick a new candidate just 2.5 weeks away. That's coming up soon. The state party says they'll hold a nominating convention to select a replacement. We know several candidates already overnight and this morning are throwing their hats into the ring. But one person is making headlines for taking themselves out of contention. That's Patrick Dempsey, better known as McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy. He's from Maine. And in a new op-ed, he says he gave real thought to running, but says while public service is honorable, he believes he can contribute more effectively through the life he has already built. Craig?
All right. No McDreamy in the upper chamber. Hallie Jackson. Hallie, thank you.
Now to the war with Iran as the U.S. carries out a second day of airstrikes, with Tehran responding with attacks against American military bases in the Middle East. The escalating tensions drawing even more attention to President Trump's return home from the NATO summit in Turkey. NBC's senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez at the White House for us. Gabe, good morning.
Laura, good morning. Yes, there's been that new round of strikes between the U.S. and Iran hours after President Trump said he thinks the ceasefire is now over. U.S. Central Command says it's hit around 170 targets over 2 nights of bombing, aiming to stop Iran's attacks on commercial ships that refuse to take its route through the Strait of Hormuz. The question now, has the ceasefire fully collapsed, or will negotiations continue? Meanwhile, amid the escalating tensions, the president abruptly switched aircraft, leaving the NATO summit in nearby Turkey on the old Air Force One plane instead of the new one, donated by Qatar. The swap was related to security and made out of an abundance of caution, according to a source familiar with the president's plans. Though President Trump overnight brushed that off, saying instead he wanted to show the new plane to U.S. troops stationed at a U.S. military base in the U.K. Earlier, the president had said he was, quote, #1 on the kill list for Iran. Laura?
Gabe Gutierrez at the White House for us. Thank you, Gabe.
Here in New York, emergency crews have stabilized that building in Midtown Manhattan that had been showing signs it could partially collapse, prompting mass evacuations. But what caused those 2 structural support beams on the 21st floor to buckle? Still very much under investigation. NBC's Sam Brock here in the studio with more on that. Sam, good morning.
Yeah, Craig, good morning. A bit of good news, right? New York City's mayor says the building hasn't moved since Tuesday, and many of the floors are getting additional reinforcement to make sure it stays that way. But in brand new images, you can see these temporary supports stabilizing the floor where the beams had buckled. And what was once a 5-block evacuation zone is now down to just 1 block where the building is located. Even as you said, Craig, the cause of the buckling remains unclear. This morning, these images posted by New York City's Department of Buildings show critical new temporary supports crews worked feverishly to install. City leaders say they've made significant progress in stabilizing the former corporate office building, now being converted into condos, that showed possible signs of collapse Tuesday after 2 support beams on the 21st floor buckled.
Temporary shoring and beams have been completely installed on floors 18 through 23, and additional and shoring beams will be added throughout the day.
Mayor Zohran Mamdani says the building has not moved since Tuesday.
We're getting reports from the construction that 2 columns buckled on the 21st floor. Have all special units continuing and the building's evacuated.
The serious scare happening in bustling Midtown Manhattan, just blocks from Grand Central Station, forcing evacuations and the creation of a frozen zone stretching 5 blocks, upending life for many.
We got relocated. My son hasn't been able to move into his apartment, so it's been a little difficult.
Just exhausted, but thankful that nothing bad happened, that we're okay.
Mayor Mamdani says the number of evacuated buildings now down to just 4, including a partially vacated ground floor restaurant. So far, there's no clear explanation of what caused the issue. The Department of Buildings only saying the investigation into the cause of the structural failure is underway, and DOB has not made any determinations on the actual cause. The building's developer, Metro Loft, writing in a statement, "We have identified the issue and developed a clear plan to fix it," adding, "At no time was the building or any portion of it at risk of collapse." As teams finish shoring up the skyscraper, the mayor says there have thankfully been no injuries.
It's a convenience to me, but you live in New York City, you're ready for anything.
Sure should be. Let's talk next steps here. According to the mayor, as soon as the emergency work and reinforcement efforts are completed, the Department of Buildings is going to conduct a, quote, rigorous assessment of the plans and the site. And when asked if he has any concerns in the future about converting office buildings to residential housing, Mamdani said he still sees it as part of the answer to the city's housing crisis, as long, guys, as it's done safely and with accountability. And clearly there's a lot of questions that still need to be answered here.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Sam. Well, a week after that couple illegally climbed to the top of the Empire State Building, another daredevil was spotted here in New York last night. Take a look at this. This frightening video shows a man who apparently climbed to the famed Brooklyn Bridge and then walked across the steel suspension cables. A group of police officers had to climb up there and bring him down safely. The still unidentified man was arrested. The incident briefly shut down some traffic lanes on the bridge. Let's just stop this.
Yeah,
right?
let's hope this doesn't
We're
become
not
a thing.
impressing anybody. You're not going to get the girl. Let's just stop, right?
No.
Enough.
And that's a terrible way to possibly die, too.
Yes, that is what.
All right. We are back at 8:13. We're joined by our friend Willie Geist here, who is here to celebrate one of the greatest and most enduring bands in music history.
They're known as the greatest rock and roll band in the world. They got that title about 50 years ago. They're still doing it. After more than 6 decades together, the Rolling Stones still are rocking. Tomorrow, the guys will release their 25th studio album called Foreign Tongues. Ahead of that big milestone, I sat down with Mick, Keith, and Ronnie Wood to talk music, legacy, and the thrill of rock and roll that never fades. For more than 60 years, the Rolling Stones have been the very definition of rock and roll. It's just a shadow away. It's just a shadow away. With vocals and swagger from Mick Jagger. Please allow me to introduce myself. Alongside those famous guitar riffs by Keith Richards. All with Ronnie Wood as wingman on some of the most iconic songs in the history of music. If there's one song that you could look back and say...
There's like hundreds of songs.
I understand, but if there's one that you say, that is us at our best.
There's so many different styles. I mean, you're running the gamut of Sympathy for the Devil.
Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name.
Angie.
You know, but sometimes when I wake up and suddenly ask myself that question, I say Midnight Ramble.
I told him I'm a midnight rambler. Everybody got to go.
If you're talking about explosions, it's Street Fighting Man.
Now the Stones are back in fighting shape with 14 songs on their new album, Foreign Tongues. Do you still get that thrill or those nerves or whatever the emotions are on the eve of an album release?
Yeah, you do, because you spend a lot of time in it and it's your baby, and you want them to take notice, of what you've done.
The new album, Foreign Tongues, which sounds to me like just a great Rolling Stones album. It's blues-driven, rock and roll. Does it feel that way to you?
It did, and I'm really glad that it sort of feels the same way to you.
It's how it should be, not too much time gone by before we start creating again.
Foreign Tongues comes 3 years after Hackney Diamonds. Both Stones albums were produced by the in-demand Andrew Watt.
We used to spend months in the studio, writing in the studio.
So that's where Andrew Watt came in handy, you know, to kick us the necessary parts. Nick was coming out with a lot of material. We still had a lot of material left over from Hackney Diamonds. So there's a sort of continuity. Charlie's on a couple of tracks.
Charlie is Charlie Watts, the Stones' founding drummer who died in 2021. The rhythm section is led now by Steve Jordan.
It's just nice that Steve Jordan, you know, was handed the baton with Charlie's blessing. You know, he said, anything happens to me, make sure it's Steve takes my place.
Is it still odd sometimes for you to be playing and turn around and not see Charlie there? Do you still feel him in the room a little bit?
Well, we feel him, because Steve makes that happen, you know. He continually playing with respect what Charlie played.
The 65-year-old history of the Rolling Stones begins with a chance meeting of old schoolmates when the 18-year-old Jagger bumped into Richards at a train station outside of London. They bonded that day over their love of the American blues. There is a plaque there, Keith. I don't know if you know that.
I heard, yeah. I don't go back there. I don't want to cause us disturbance.
Mick and Keith began writing songs together, scoring their first #1 hit in 1965 with Satisfaction. The pair asked Wood to come on board in 1975. There's something about you and Keith playing guitar together.
Yeah, it's an unspoken guitar language that we just exchange. We don't overanalyze it, but something magic happens there, and we go, okay, may it continue.
Is there a chance you guys will get out and play these for crowds, go on tour?
Well, I'd love to. I don't think we're going to do shows this year, but hopefully we'll do shows in next year.
How do you explain, Keith, the longevity of this
band?
band?
I'll have to talk to my doctor. I can't explain it. I would just say that there's a very, very strong bond between Mick and I that goes even beyond, in a way, that we're aware of. The only way I can explain it is to say that it's what we do. You know, it's just in our blood. We can't help it.
I have a lot more songs to write. I don't want to slow down particularly. I don't feel like slowing down.
Are you going to keep going like this?
Sure, yeah, of course. What else now am I going to change?
Never change, Keith, never change. Again, the Stones' new album is called Foreign Tongues. It's out tomorrow. You can listen to our interviews with Mick, Keith, and Ronnie in full on the Sunday Sit Down podcast, wherever you get those. A lot of people ask, how old are they now? Mick will turn 83 in 2 weeks. Okay. Keith is 82. Ronnie just turned 79. Wow. And on this new album, they sound like the Rolling Stones of 40 years ago. Wow. It's a really, really good album. And they show no signs of slowing down. You heard Mick say, we're going back out on tour next year.
That energy. Where does it come from?
Yeah.
They really did grow up together.
I saw them on tour a few years ago down in Miami. They still got it.
Totally.
Got it.
And they met, Mick and Keith, on a train station, as I said, when they were 18 and 17 years old.
So cool.
1961, and here they are still making music.
So many good hits. I think my favorite is a little ditty called Angie. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Of course.
Mick mentioned that one as one of his favorites.
Of course he did.
Yes, he did.
Well, that was a great conversation.
Thank you.
Great conversation. Speaking of Sunday Today, by the way, Willie's got another great sit-down this Sunday with the fellow you've probably heard of, Matt Damon. That's coming up this weekend. Matt's talking about his odyssey through Hollywood and that big epic that's coming out in just a few days with Christopher Nolan.
Thank you. Best time of the morning, Kaylee. You got this.
Let's go, guys. Let's see what we got. First up, Dune 3. It is one of the year's most highly anticipated movies, and we are finally getting a better look at the sci-fi sequel in a brand new trailer.
You promised me that you would never take power in your name. You convinced me that this was your home. That I was your home.
What do you know about me?
What do you know about me?
Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya back together there as Paul Atreides and Chani. Dune 3 is set nearly 2 decades after the last film. Follows Paul at the height of his power after conquering the galaxy. Jason Momoa, Florence Pugh, Robert Pattinson, and Rebecca Ferguson are also part of that star-studded cast. Dune 3 lands in theaters December 18th. So I guess we've got a little while.
It's a Christmas
We've
movie.
got a little while to wait. But, you know, Zendaya and Tom are staying busy otherwise. Next up, let's throw it all the way back to the 70s, 80s. Little House on the Prairie, that historical drama, was one of the most watched shows in that era. And now there's officially a fresh take on the American classic. Netflix dropped the first season of their Little House reboot overnight, taking us back to the Western frontier with the Ingalls family.
All right, so house goes here, garden here, stable there, and a swing. And next spring is wheat and corn as much as we can plant.
What do you think?
What do you think? That's Luke Bracey and Crosby Fitzgerald taking on the iconic roles of Ma and Pa. So the new show still pulls from Laura Ingalls Wilder's original book series, and all episodes of the season 1 are out now. And guess what, guys? It's already been renewed for a second season already. Yeah,
That's impressive.
That's when you know something's good, right? And next up, Jalen Brunson. Remember when the NBA star stopped by our plaza last month, fresh off the Knicks' epic championship win? Well, the New York point guard is setting another record. The jersey that Brunson wore in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, guys, it just sold in a Sotheby's auction for $1,024,000. That is the most paid for any Brunson collectible, and also a record-breaking price for a Knicks collectible of any kind. When Brunson wore that jersey against San Antonio, he scored nearly half of his 30 points in the fourth quarter to seal that victory for the Knicks.
Man.
I would have thought of it more. Bought that.
It's a lot of money for a jersey.
Oh, but people pay for the seats.
Yeah.
Like, think about how much people were paying for those seats.
That's true.
To be courtside.
That's true.
It's a steal. We know how deep that Knicks fandom is.
Laura's the one that bought it.
And finally, guys, Bon Jovi, the legendary rock band, has made its return to the stage. The musicians played their first concert in 4 years at Madison Square Garden on Tuesday to a sold-out crowd. Okay, so that video actually came from my phone. What? I got to be one of the lucky ones in that sold-out crowd. The band, they also posted some pics on Instagram about the special night, writing, "New York, you brought the noise, the energy, and the love." Their post ending with an enthusiastic, "We're just getting started." The Rock and Roll Hall of Famers will be at MSG for 8 more shows, including one tonight, before heading to Europe.
How was it?
Guys, highly, highly recommend.
Yeah, I heard you singing along in that video.
She turned the volume down for that.
And, you know, the question was asked yesterday what they closed the show with. I didn't quite get a chance to answer. Bad Medicine.
Okay.
It's a good sing-along. I feel like doesn't get its due in the scheme of things.
You did Carson proud there with Pop.
Thank you. If you were wondering where Carson is today, it should come as no surprise. Where is he? He is, of course, hitting the links. He always can find a golf course.
He's not alone, though. He is standing by with Dylan Dreyer in Lake Tahoe at one of their favorite events of the year, the 37th annual American Century Championship. Hey, guys, thanks for getting up so early.
Good morning.
Hi, guys. Good to see you.
5:30 in the morning. Sun isn't even up yet.
I know. Carson, you had a pretty good showing last year. I mean, I know the field is always stacked. How you feeling going into this year?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of really good former athletes, former members of the Hall of Fame, guys who've won World Series championships. I mean, they're out here to play. No one's messing around. There's not a PGA Tour pro on the property, but you'd never know that by the energy and the vibe here. It's very, very competitive this week. It's a lot of fun. I'm actually playing a lot better this year than I did last year. I don't have a chance at being anywhere in the. There's about 7 guys who are gonna win this thing. But it sure is fun to just be here. I've got Siri and the kids here. Jackson's on my bag, so we're getting a lot of bonding time. The setting couldn't be better here in Lake Tahoe. It's one of the best events events that I've probably ever been to, never mind played at. So we're looking for a good showing.
Carson, you mentioned the vibe there. This is not your typical golf tournament. American Century throws a party. Dylan, can you set the scene for everybody here who hasn't been lucky enough to get out there?
Yeah, Carson, you just said nobody's messing around. That's all I'm doing is messing around because my golf game stinks.
Yeah.
I'm usually in last place here, but part of the fun is exactly that, the vibe. I mean, last night, Jake Owen was just performing kind of an impromptu concert at food truck setup. Tonight's karaoke night, which is always fun. And, you know, beyond golf and beyond the party atmosphere that's here, like kind of adult summer camp, so much money is raised for the Stowers Institute. More than $8 million has been raised because of this tournament, which goes directly to cancer research. So while it is a lot of fun and games, it's also for a really good cause. So it's nice to be out here and be a part of that. The fans are incredible. It's like if we had a Today Show Plaza on the golf course, that's exactly what this is. Everybody's there to kind of get autographs, take pictures, exactly what you guys do out there on the plaza every single day, only we get to play golf at the same time.
Adult summer camp's really the perfect way to put it. That's really what it feels like. You're maybe out on a boat, you're playing golf, you're with all these athletes, having a good time. There's a lot of families out here. But American Century they give so much money, they give 40% of the money to medical research. And instead of getting a green jacket like at the Masters when you win the golf tournament, this year they're implementing, you actually get a lab coat on the 18th hole. So Steph Curry, who's probably going to win this thing, might get that lab coat.
Might be short on him, though.
And that would be, yeah, exactly. It'll look like a little mini jacket. But yeah, it's a really great week, Craig. You know half the guys out here. I'm a huge Raiders fan. I was talking to Derek Carr yesterday, Devontae Adams, Tim Brown's here. It's just, yeah, it's like sports camp, too.
All right, guys. Well, we're rooting for you. Even if you say you come in last place, Dylan, you're first in our hearts, okay?
And first in that karaoke competition.
Yes.
We're rooting for you.
And she has a new song this year she's bringing out.
Guys, I'm not even playing this year.
Okay, well.
I'm not even playing this year because my niece is getting married in Oregon, so somebody else is going to have to pull up the rear.
Yet somehow you're going to do better this year than you did last year.
By not playing, I do better.
Guys, don't go far. We're going to chat more coming up in the third hour.
And a reminder, you can catch the star-studded American Century Championship all weekend on NBC, NBCSN, and, of course, on Peacock.
All right, up next, another friend in her element, Christine Roman's going to break down the best strategies for managing your money. But first, this is Today on NBC. We are back now, 8:39 this morning on Today's Consumer. A little help with your budget. There are tons of ways to think about divvying up your dollars for both spending and saving. And who better to walk us through the best strategies than our chief business correspondent, Christine Romans.
Good morning.
Always good to see you.
Color of money on your tie? Color of money?
I wore just for you.
Thank you.
I know it's your favorite color. So what's like a classic way to budget, or is there a classic way to budget?
Budgeting is so great because it gives you flexibility and takes drama out of your money. This is what really sets you up for success. This is a really simple way to think about it if you're just new to budgeting. 50, 30, 20. Okay. 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings. So needs are rent, food, utilities, insurance, car payments, minimum debt payments. Wants, this is travel. This is shopping. This is the stuff that you do that maybe you could do without if you had to pay more up here. And 20% savings, that is the emergency fund, your 401k max, maybe 529 college savings plan. So this provides structure for you so you can fit needs, wants, and savings into the money that's coming in. And remember, this is after-tax income.
After tax, okay.
So think about it either for per paycheck or per month. You want to be putting your money in these buckets.
All right, so 50, 30, 20 is the standard method. You spend a lot of time talking about paying yourself first.
Yeah, and this is what I do, right? The first thing that happens with a paycheck is it goes right into savings. So it goes into 529, which is the college savings, it goes into the 401k, an emergency fund that I put into a high yield savings account. This is so that you're paying yourself for your future life, your future standard of living, and this is a really good way to do it. And then you figure out after that how much you have left over for needs and wants. And so the lifestyle you're living is after you've already put all the money away in savings. You use automatic transfers to do that.
That way you don't miss it.
So you don't miss it. That money goes right to you and your future you right away, and then you're living on the rest of it.
Your future you. Let's talk about some alternatives.
Sure. Okay, so there's something called the zero-based budgeting plan, which basically at the end of the month there's nothing left, and you have written down what your monthly pay is, you list out all your expenses, you assign dollar amounts, and that's how you do that. And that you plan out where the money goes, and that maybe for different personalities might be a better way to do it. There's also something called the envelope method, and I've even brought you some envelopes. This is the old school way to do it. Your mom or grandma probably taught you, or dad or grandpa probably taught you how to do this, but for me it was mom and grandma. You put the money in rent or in entertainment or in savings.
Oh, that's good.
And you don't necessarily have to do this with envelopes. This is the old school way to do it, but now you can do it with budgeting apps, and so that every month you've decided what you're going to. Now, Laura Jarrett gives me a hard time because I tell her she shouldn't buy expensive shoes. Yeah. But you can.
That's not stopping her, by the way.
No, I know. But if you budget for it, then that's beautiful because you've got an envelope or you've got a tab on your app that's letting you put the shoe category.
And the envelope method is especially helpful for impulsive spenders.
Yes, it sure. Yes, like someone we know, the shoe girl.
Yes. Speaking of the shoe girl, Christine, thank you, Laura.
All right, Craig, I'm glad you guys are still saying I can buy shoes. And just ahead, who says you need to take a trip to get a little R&R? Shop Today's Julie Rossavuto is bringing us the pampering, bringing it to you with a very special staycation edition of today's bestsellers. But first, this is Today on NBC. We are back now with a brand new batch of Today bestsellers, bringing the vacation vibes right to you. We've got everything you need to create a 5-star getaway without even leaving home. Our Shop Today senior editor, Julie Rossavuto, is here with her best staycation picks. So let's fire up that QR code. Come along, shop with us. Julie, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, nothing says staycation like a maxi dress.
Exactly. So when it comes to your fashion on your staycation, you want it to be easy and really comfortable, right? So we found this maxi dress. It's so soft. Give it a feel.
Yes.
It also has this like flowy silhouette, very flattering.
Yes.
Reviewers also say it helps keep them cool on really hot summer days like today.
Yeah.
And it comes in so many different patterns, so many different colors. Really versatile. You can wear it with sandals, sneakers, and yes, it starts at just $15. So get a few of them.
A winner. Okay, a little self-pampering here.
Yes, so we're bringing the manicure experience home. So I don't know about you if you've tried gel manicures, but they are so damaging. My nails are always so weak, they break.
Time-consuming, too.
Exactly. I don't want to be in the salon all day. This is going to bring that salon experience, that gel-like finish to your nails. It's a Set by Dazzle Dry, so it has everything you need. The top coat, the base coat, the nail lacquer in there. It takes so little time to just do it, and it's really quick drying.
I have to say, it also lasts a really long time.
Over
Dazzle
a week.
Dry, yes.
This is me. I have it on right now. It's been lasting over a week.
It's great.
So it lasts a long time. It's great for at home.
Okay, how is this next one giving us a little R&R?
I'm so excited about this. This is bringing the spa experience. Yes,
Can we try
spa
these?
experience is coming to your home. So this is a massage pillow.
Okay.
And it has these like nodes in there that's really going to massage your back and give you that release of tension. It really helps your back, neck, and shoulders. And it works for really in all wall outlets, the standard ones, but also in your car as well.
Oh, that's
It has a car adapter, so use it in your office, your home, and in your car when you're coming home from a rough day at work. And it has a heating function too, so it will melt away that tension, melt away that stress.
Is it, oh, look, I love how you guys try everything.
Oh, we try
Shop
everything.
Today,
We take
right?
it very seriously.
Okay, what is this next one for our corn here?
Yes, so when I think of summer, you know, I think of those recipes that include corn. You got tacos, nachos, some pasta salads, but it's always hard to get those kernels off, right? This is going to do the trick. This is a genius home hack. You just push it down on the corn.
I've never seen this.
It's so easy to use. You twist it, push it down, and the kernels come off in seconds. We had all of our editors try it, and they loved it.
Look.
Yes, exactly.
So fast.
See?
You just need a little
strength in there, a little elbow grease, and it all comes right off. It's incredible.
Wow.
And this is going to be under $10, so worth
Okay.
it.
Little backyard grilling.
Yes, summertime grilling. This is what we're doing all summer and into the fall. We found a portable grill here, so you can easily pack it up, bring it with you if you want to have a picnic, if you want to, you know, go to the beach, camping, and even in the fall when you're tailgating.
Yeah.
So it's easy to fold up, bring with you, and it's so affordable. We have the medium on set here, but it comes in a smaller size as well. And then we also have these skewers. So these are really important for cooking your food evenly.
Yeah.
Right, so you get that precision cooking. It's stainless steel, long lasting, and it has this pushing function here,
What does
which
that
will
do?
push all the food off it at once.
So you're not
rather
struggling
than,
to get it off
Yes,
and
not
ruining-
pulling it off individually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
That's so
comes with
nice.
a silicone baster brush as well. So you get 2 skewers and the basting brush.
And it's nice to have 3, because who wants 1 skewer?
No, of course.
You
yeah.
want 3.
And it makes your food taste better. It's cooked
Delicious.
evenly.
Julie, these are all so good. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
To shop these staycation must-haves and more, scan our QR code or head to today.com/shop.
And welcome back. We have a dynamic duo with us here on Today Food this morning. We got Chef Michael Simon, and we also have his wife Liz as well, because they're teaming up on this really new, cool project. It's called Simply Simon's. It's this new show, and they share their expert techniques, some smart shortcuts, also some fresh takes on some beloved recipes as well. It's a great concept, working together in the kitchen. That could go one of two ways. It could go really well.
Certainly could.
Or it could go sideways, but it seems like it's going really well.
It's going really well. So far, so good.
Well, I mean, we opened our first restaurant together 30 years ago, so we've always worked together in the food world,
This
you know?
is the easy part.
What sparked the idea, though, after 30 years to do something like this show together?
Well, it actually, it started during the pandemic, and then we actually had a show called Simon's Dinners Cooking Out that we did on Food Network for 10 seasons. And then we just started doing it on YouTube and with LG because it was loose and we could do it live, and it was just a little more fun, you know?
It's working. All right, so we're going to make two dishes here. You also have a really cool cocktail,
I
too.
certainly do.
What is
this is a Rosita.
Rosita.
And it's basically a tequila Negroni.
Okay.
So it's equal parts Campari.
See what just happened? You got one, she got one, I got nothing.
Oh, so
Because you're going to start working. This is what happens when you're married 30 years. You know, get your own. Get your own. That's funny.
Priorities.
Cheers to the
Cheers.
So what's in it, Liz? I'm sorry.
Tequila, Campari, sweet and dry vermouth, equal parts. More tequila, obviously.
So like a
than the other
tequila Negroni.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Delicious.
So we're going to do some shrimp skewers first.
Shrimp skewers first. So Liz is going to get the marinade going. It's just like equal parts orange juice, soy, and hot sauce.
Okay.
You let the shrimp marinate in that for, up to about an hour.
Okay.
And then it goes on the grill. The great trick about this is, though, after you skewer it and it goes on the grill, you save the marinade.
You save the marinade?
And you whisk in a couple tablespoons of honey, and then that becomes the glaze as your shrimp is grilling. So it adds all that flavor. The honey gives it that great caramelization, and you just kind of cruise along and let those go like that. It's a great little, it's a double marinade or a double use for a marinade, which I always love. I always feel to use exactly.
So here's the thing with shrimp. Sometimes I find that people can overcook shrimp. How do you know? Is there a way that you can tell when it's actually done?
Go on, Lizzie.
I was just going to say it turns pink. That's
Yeah, the
why.
color. The color is the first
And it
sign.
cooks really fast.
Yes.
And I would say to people that are cooking it the first time, if you're confused about it, go less.
Okay.
Because under is a touch under still going to be tender. Over is a Super Bowl.
So we've got our shrimp that we're keeping a close eye on.
Shrimp we're going to keep an eye on.
And you've got some salsa now.
So this is just a quick salsa. Pineapple, scallion, a little bit of red pepper, cilantro, and jalapeno. To that, I'm going to add a touch more soy, a bunch of lemon juice and zest, because pineapple and shrimp and lime is awesome. I said lemon, I meant lime. And a couple shakes of your favorite hot sauce, kosher salt, cracked black pepper, and we give this a toss.
Easy.
Super easy.
Super
And
easy.
look, at the end of the day,
Nice
food,
and fresh, 200
especially in the
grams.
summertime, food should be easy. Like you don't want to go crazy with stuff. You just want to be able to make stuff quick and simple. So there you go.
There you go. Boom.
Beautiful
Over
salsa.
better rice. What say you, ladies?
I'm on my second plate of ribs, so you might.
Oh, you're good. The ribs are good. I like that.
Gonna make some more ribs then.
All right, so and then you just you could serve it over steamed rice or not steamed rice, and a little bit of salsa on top. Lizzie loves rice and makes great rice. She actually makes a great coconut rice that I love.
Yeah, that's a coconut rice.
That's your
All right,
rice.
let's talk about these ribs that Laura Jared's down there devouring.
All right, so I love ribs. So Liz, if you want to get the rub going, so the rub is equal parts cracked black pepper, kosher salt, celery seed, coriander, and paprika. And Liz is going to get the rub going. And with the ribs, I'm going to brush them lightly with a mustard of choice. I'm using a yellow here. Okay. And this does two things. It adds flavor, obviously, and I would do both sides with it. Okay. But it adds flavor, obviously, but the other thing that it does is that it helps it adhere. And when people think of rubs, they think they rub it in. You don't rub it in.
Oh.
You sprinkle it on top.
Why is that?
And
from up above.
Because
I don't know. I have no
because
idea.
if you rub it in, you're almost like blocking the smoke and the goodness to get in there, and you're not letting the crust kind of form.
I never knew that.
So it's just a light dusting.
I like dusting on
We
both
got
sides.
less than a minute left.
I'm all right. I'm ready. Okay, the sauce. We have honey, we have sherry vinegar, and we have molasses. To that, I'm going to add cherry juice. I'm going to add coffee.
Cold brew.
Cold brew. Liz is going to add brown sugar, salt, jalapeno, coriander, cumin, shallots, and garlic. And we're going to put in a splash of bourbon because
we can.
Why not? Why not?
By the way, that's the good bourbon, too.
Oh, well, we're not playing around. I want to make sure that you have a good drink afterwards. So in a perfect world, I smoke these at 325 hot and fast for about 2 hours. And then you could finish them on a grill pan. Once they grill and they've been glazed with the sauce as they're grilling, when they come off the grill, I finish them with mustard and honey. There you go.
Be sure to check out Simply Simons and look for the recipes on today.com/food. We're back right after quick check your local news and weather.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.